Nico?
I mean, it's a very tough matchup. I love MKOI's comp if you get to that 20-minute stage where you can just have the Ahri, the Sinsal, whoever starts a fight, and everybody just follows up. But the problem is, you're looking at mid lane who's going to lose prio, bot lane that's going to be struggling. And
Sure, being the GOAT for a reason, right? This is a guy that feels like some days he can just wake up and decide to win a championship. And
but LEC is going straight bot.
LEC is on the way bot. Hansama is perhaps overstayed. When becomes lightning, he hops right into it. The angle's good. Hansama taken down. First blood for MKOI. I think the good news for G2 bottom lane is they still have Flash, and overall I think they're still probably the stronger 2v2.
Oh, killed it. Oh, they're swapping already.
There, LEC on the way and waiting for the Unravelers as long as he can. Flick back comes in from Caps. LEC once again taking his time. When becoming lightning, Naga going through. Caps flashes. One more auto!
Skuma can be in time to contest the grubs.
Also, you had a quick invade coming through from Oyoya and Alvaro into that top side with a vision almost immediately cleared out thanks to Broken Blade as well. So not really able to establish anything off the back of that old trade in the mid wave, but
being behind in Drake's might put them in a tough spot. Broken Blade stuck in mini. No rage stacked. If they go fast here, it's so tough for him to do anything.
Caps is hovering.
Miss coming out. Caps on the way, and they want to burst through Broken Blade. Quick hop over, but he doesn't quite get out. He doesn't get the double hop. And he loses his life. MKOI, excellent dive.
Got onto him with the charm, so no follow-up from the Zinzao, but
Jojo
no. Level 10, no ult. Hansama on the top, he fails to flash over the wall. Avert your eyes. G2 find the kill. Jojo
Already on top. They're just going to decide to trade tower for the Drake here, which is going to give them not the feats of strength, just the feats of the tower.
The feat of destroying a tower, the achievement.
Foundation.
But of course, for G2, not too concerned. Happy to make this trade, happy to cross map because of the dragon that was picked up earlier by Skewmont. When you fall behind,
constantly going to attack Mirren and co when they're in that position. And I think for MKOI, this is going to really show how much they have grown from the last time these two teams faced off. Because if they're actually able to cover for a lot of these plays and be a bit more aggressive through their side lanes, they stand a chance. But otherwise, G2 just will start to run around the map like they did in Game 1 and Game 2.
We can see here how G2 is so proactive.
All is on the way. He does have ulti, but the tower likely to fall here. Decent chunk, can't quite get it done. Cap's not gonna hit the flick back. That sliver of life. Lights paying off.
Was just happy with the chunk, but overall, G2 don't get the cross map and they don't get the Drake. Hextech Drake for MKOI.
Even the push in mid didn't really happen. I thought that's on this bottom side and keep this Ahri close for pick potential around that next big objective.
And Mirwin has 2 items. Yeah. I would love to see him try to progress on this side lane, maybe have Elyoya hovering him, put some resources in.
G2 kind of in an area to defend, at least their jungle, but MKOI have already got that push and shall get the top 10. Play for Atakan, kind of trade Dragon and do a lot of posturing around this mid wave, but that goes out the window with Caps just chunking Super.
But it's a punt
down significantly. You mentioned Lee being a solved game, and it's because of moments like this where it is a game about trading waves back and forth. Now across the 5 or so.
And now Mirren is in the bot lane. He's going to have to TP, but MKOI, they're just way too late. There's nothing they can do here. Maybe it's the fight after.
G2 just one step ahead in the macro game. Now it's about the exit kills. Broken Blade is in Meganar. Charm over the wall does hit him, but right as he ults, now it's Alvaro who's been caught out flashing, trying to get back to safety. He'll do so. G2 walking away, but they already got the objective.
It was never cleared out or established any vision on the bottom side of the map to look for picks, but Mirren.
Channeling the back. How does he get out of this one? Good initial damage. Shroud down, ulti going down, trying to get a chunk out. Caps going golden. Mirren trying to snip his way through, but gets nothing. G2 find the pick on the side lane, but it does cost them the dragon.
But I think he did enough damage. He made Caps so low that now
trying to get mid push. It's already in their favor. Caps catching that wave for now. Alvaro going over the wall. Caps with the Weaver's Wall can arrive any moment. G2 have a man advantage, but they do not have one in terms of health. Elyoyo committing onto Broken Blade. Ulti in, trying to find the disengage with the Rob, but the Charm is in the midst of the entire team. An excellent flick back from Caps, and Hansama is uncontested. The feathers fly for a moment. G2 forced back by Super. Should be no way, as long as Hansama and Skewmont are playing together, for this to be stolen. But Elyoyo wants to make the difference. He wants to get in the pit. The knockback is there. The CC beautifully layered, and now MKOI are forced to try and take a fight. Mirren versus Hansama, and Mirren looks like he might be coming out on top of a perfect flash. Hansama means the Gwen is now in trouble. Charm going in, trying to find the ball. Hansama running for his life. Knockup is there. They try and find the predict. Skewmont also going to get taken down. It's the Baron, but at what cost?
MKOI able to take down 3, get a tower for themselves, and they are sitting very, very happy.
You're taking big chunks of damage here from G2 with this Baron buff. With the limited ones they have remaining, Jojo now might be in trouble. Caps trying to force the ulti. That's the Charm. Jojo, does he still want the fight? Quick dash out. Labrov now on the chase. Might try to stop the back, but it's just a retreat from Jojo. Oh, a determined advance from Labrov, however. Jojo finds the Charm, finds decent damage. The ult in for Labrov. That's one bloodthirsty support.
Oh my god, Labrov Caps with control on this Talia.
Look doesn't hit. This might be the sign to go in. LeOyo flanking. He knows the unravel. They're just unavailable. They're going to try to burst through Caps in an instant, but he still goes golden. Buys a bit of time. Two-man knockout coming in from LeBron. MKOI now dashing forward. Skewmon denied entrance. The feathers landing perfectly. And JoJo Puna amidst the entire team. Broken Blade going to try and turn it back. JoJo now running. G2 a bit on the retreat. A close fight. 1-for-1 thus far. Jungle for top lane, but Broken Blade standing tall. Caps re-engaging.
Oh my God!
Knocks him out midair. Ski shooting and finds the goal.
Making it look easy on the mid-wave. JoJo slamming Caps with the charms. And that's MKOI looking for Hextech Soul. G2 needs to stop it, but they can't.
They can't get the 50-50 now. LeOyo feels empowered. He feels confident. He doesn't need to walk forward here, but he doesn't want to give them anything. He knows they have the edge. He doesn't want to stop this play. Retreat going in. LeOyo walking forward. Broken Blade suddenly feeling confident as the rage starts to sack, but Supa has arrived. The knockup there. But Hansama finds once. They want to burst it before the Mega Gnar comes through. They might not have enough time. The knockback from Broken Blade. MKOI might have bitten off too much, but it's JoJo Pune here just in time. The Hextech Soul combined with everything else just barely lets him come out on top over Hansama.
And JoJo is doing miracles.
On Skewmon, on LeBron, those engage tools looking a little bit less threatening on MKOI, and it's kind of on the same as Super doesn't have that flash to try and escape, but Caps fishing.
Going in, over the wall. Caps, nice patience. Ulti going out though. Mirwin on the chase. Huge damage going through, but he can't quite finish the kill. And now Alvaro debating where do they go. Broken Blade knocked out of the fight, gives his life to keep the team standing. But overall, 1-for-1, top for top. But it's MKOI with access to mid. MKOI with more power and the Dragon Soul behind them.
But there's no wave on mid-wave to actually play off of. So at the moment, G2 unfazed. They should be able to retreat and send themselves back. But LeOyo buying space here. What? Do G2 want to go for? No. Double clones? Let's back away.
Get out.
There's no wave like that, but there is a Baron Nashor, and MKOI wanted. Caps is in base here, but G2 are still going to look to try to contest.
Trying to two-man, they just need to keep their eyes on Skewmon, deny him access to the pit, but Alvaro has no ulti. Nice charm coming in. LeBron interrupted, trying to get over the wall. Alvaro now retreating. Hansama in the midst of the team. LeOyo, good initial knockup. Follow-up damage, though, going to start coming through as the ult starts to fade away, but LeOyo is so damn tanky. LeBron going in, he finds 3, but Supa ready with the reaction speed. Finds the auto. LeOyo, a perfect flash. Caps finds the 1v1.
How did Caps?
I think it's too late.
Yeah, Caps has TP, but he doesn't back fast enough. And now all he's got is the TP, the Baron gone, the Soul gone, 2.5 bursts. Never been hit in the face with a rock, but I imagine it does not feel very good.
But Caps is here. Mirwin might be in trouble.
Mirwin's certainly in trouble. Not sure if he has the miss. Will finally drop it down. Does not want to
Oh my God!
Oh my God! This is it! The ERL Gwen we finally see on the LEC stage, completely styling on him. He's 1-4!
I don't know how, but he's done it, and now MKOI, they see their moment. They're pushing down mid. G2 needs to try and defend, but the base starting to crumble.
And now you lose that pivotal wave clear from Caps. They have Nash, they have Soul. I think they can try to go for the end.
MKOI feeling confident in the push forward momentum from yesterday, powering them up. Some outplays in key moments. Caps 30 seconds away. This could be G2's final hold in game 1.
And keep your eyes on JoJo. He has Flash, he has Charm, he has the ultimate. He's going to be the difference maker here.
Skewmon trying to go in. Skewmon trying to find the angle. Instant disengage coming in from LeBron. JoJo Pune off to the side, isolating Broken Blade, but he's about to go Mega. But no, the Gwen denying him access. A bit of extra healing. MKOI eyes on the objectives. Towers falling, but so are the life bars of MKOI. Supa free access under the objective, but he wants to kill it instead. And they're done it. MKOI in game 1, they're taking their time. They find first blood in the series.
And MKOI are giving us the banger we wanted. What a game 1. Brilliantly played by
Such a ram in the side lane where you just take down every single tower and it just becomes harder and harder and harder to match.
But JoJo Pune is not leaving Mirwin out to dry. If Caps ult stop, he will be there to match it. Anytime Camille is gonna ult someone, there's gonna be a Gali ult on that person. To
Top side, well positioned. Bit of a stack up on the Mortal Will here. JoJo doesn't really have an angle. Did skill W level 2, so the taunt
JoJo is really tanking the wave here. I'm really worried for him.
Has he taken the bait? Flash in, taunt
he's
trying to
dead.
finish him. He's just sprinting out!
JoJo!
Not the extra refillable potion that he had, because LeOyo is on the way mid again.
Round 2.
Going in, taunt is there, flash perfectly layered CC, and down goes Caps.
And round 2, it works.
Does have to backstep, but they can't overcommit to the play. Good ward does spot him out as he's a bit of a trade here on level 1. 3 stacks on Hansama. Needs to sidestep the arrow, but won't be able to do so. Forced back for a moment, but doesn't really have much mana. Mana the best option he has for sustain. They're going to be forced out of this lane. Supa just continuing to extend the trade here. Has the luxury of the lethal tempo, and down goes LeBron. MKOI's 6 yet.
But I wonder here if Elyoya can actually choose to stay and zone out G2's bot lane as they enter, which he will not. He'll choose to recall. But it would have been crazy because Skewman is on this Drake here, but Mirwin is actually looking for it. He's getting the damage out! He might not get the Drake, but he gets the kill!
Matchup is just going to become even more difficult. MKOI doing a fantastic job of controlling the map.
And I think we can throw some critique towards G2 leaving this Ambessa open and banning the Renekton instead. Ambessa has been Mirwin's best champion. He's performed so damn well on this champion, and he's showing why in this game. Despite getting first blooded, he's doing fantastically.
He is. We'll need to see. The top side looks like Elyoya taking his time. Looks like they're going to try to lock up LeBron, and he will be bursted down. Alvaro going to follow as well, but JoJo's not done yet. The root connecting. Double taunt coming through. Elyoya now following. Alti. Dawning
Going to be taken off the back of this as well. G2 feel like they just don't really know where to put their efforts.
Yeah, and this is just off the back of that little lane swap. MKOI closing in on that 40 stacks at around 14-15 minutes. So overall, a pretty good game for him. It's also a game where, Skewman
finding Skewman. Skewman, no tricks to get out of that one. And Supa grabs another kill.
The approach, the mid-game, the game slows down. Becomes about Drake's subjective control.
Well, I just ran to grab it for Elyoya, but it seems like maybe the better talking point is BB as he full commits to this play. Dawning Shadow over the top, desperate to try and find this kill. Broken Blade getting lower, but the Pantheon is here!
It's still a bet, Elyoya!
It's still!
But BB just goes for too much here. He really wants to look for this solo kill, but his team is not with him. While MKOI are all there. Maybe G2 can try to pick up the Rift Herald off of this, but MKOI want to fight.
Alvaro, perfect engage, fall with the Galio. The chain CG is going to be beautiful. A knock up onto LeBron. Hansama retreating, but the damage isn't quite there from the center yet. Taunt not going to connect. Nice route going through to stop any further follow-up. But in the meantime, it's Mirwin in the bottom lane, breaking towers, even as MKOI turn back to the Herald.
MKOI do a great job on the engage from Alvaro, but it's JoJo who splits up the fight, even though they don't get Hansama. Being able to keep LeBron away from his team, sets up the kill, sets up the tower bot, sets up for the objective. MKOI starting to run away with this game.
And it is starting to feel like it's deja vu, but from
so far this series.
And MKOI, they have full control of the map. They get the Drake uncontested. There's no cross map for G2. And they're just in the driver's seat.
G2 though now stepping up, trying to catch out Alvaro. Caps clipped by a bit of CC, but Skewman is on the way in. Alvaro now falling. Mirwin not going to find the ulti. Quick flash, good reaction from LeBron to get one back.
So that's just a free tower, and Supa is reaping the benefits of this Ghost, because now as we enter the mid to late game team fights, he can actually position so much more aggressively, because he's not just an immobile ADC. He has so much movement speed from the summoner spell that he can actually do things in team fights. As Alvaro goes for deep vision, he doesn't care. He's not scared of anything.
And this is the most terrifying form of MKOI, when they can just group up, try to force these fights. Of course, while they're taking mid lane, Broken Blade is taking a side lane tower, but now it's Hansama who might be caught out. Flash forward, charm, the cleanse not enough. There's just too much damn CC, but the flash will keep him safe, even as the tier 2 falls. And for G2, they need time. TB behind now from G2. Realm Warp in, an opportunity to turn. Eyes on Supa. He's going to be the big target instead. They turn for Alvaro. Triple stun, following up with a beautiful ult. Now it's the Galio. It's the entire team. Supa ready to make a montage, but he's a little bit too far away. Now the auto's starting to rain freely. It's all falling apart for G2. For Elyoya, a monster in this game. 2K lead for Supa. Things just keep looking better and better for MKOI. Wants to take the risk. They're simply too far behind.
And it's G2 that denied Elyoya in so many of those finals. It's G2 that denied MKOI members.
He just doesn't have the time to finish those kills, and he doesn't have the comfort, the safety, the Pantheon that could be lurking in the darkness, or in this case, taking the third Drake. They said, hey, they split their prep. They're ready for 2 series. I wasn't inclined to believe them, but they're making a damn good argument here, although now JoJo might be caught out, but it's a TP on the way in, and the Galio's still alive, trying to ult to safety. They'll burn through him, but Elyoya's ready with the follow. TP in from Mirwin has finally arrived. Caps might be in trouble. Good damage from G2. It looks like they found 2. G2 continuing, looking to break the tower. They found the angle to come back. Supa over the wall, though, is going to do huge damage. It'll at least be LeBron falling, but no, the flash keeping him safe. Elyoya, has he overcommitted? The answer is yes. Alvaro is here. Oh my God! Turn it back! They've got the confidence. Hansama barely escaping. Broken Blade goes in, and he goes right the hell back out. He wants nothing to do with it, because once again, someone from MKOI comes down from the sky. And boy, but Skewman just isn't tanky enough. They just don't have that person that can face check, that can walk into the waiting arms of MKOI and eat around with cooldowns. There's too much CC, there's too much damage with Supa. So far ahead of the clock, 3K individual lead. The MKOI group is 5, Skewman poking his head in. Baron in the sights of LeCC, but a split call. They know that they win the fight. Moving in, 2 members taunted. Caps, nice backstep coming in with the extra bit of movement speed. The Rise still untouched, but it's Lebrov who's in trouble. Lebrov debating if he needs to flash out. Instant follow-up going through. Down goes one. Skewmon, ulti already there. A lot less tanky. The root, Hansama uncontested. Good range, but he just doesn't do enough. Just approach from G2. They have no vision. They have no knowledge. Just a hope and a dream that they might wander in and be able to take this one away. It would take MKOI making a mistake, but MKOI diligent in protecting this objective. MKOI taking the Baron. Yes, there's things that could have been done in the early game, but at this stage in the game, it really is going to take a miracle for them to find a way back in.
It's really all about breaking inhibs with this Nash. If you don't get any inhibs here, there's still a chance you can play for an Elder flip. But if you start to lose those inhibitors, it's so difficult to play the game.
Chunking the tower. Those flash, those ghost Hansama. Cleanse coming up soon, but the flash still a mile away.
And Hansama does have 112 souls. He has incredibly long range here. So if they're able to hold on, there is still some life left in this game.
But MKOI playing on one lane. Both top laners on the top side of the map, but BB still wins in the side lane, pushing in Jojopun. He does have the TP, as does BB.
Alvaro has flash, and he can just click forward, and all of G2 has to back off.
Bot lane inhibitor now set to fall. No TP ward, no flanking opportunity for Broken Blade right now. No way to press a man advantage here in the bottom side of the map. Skewmon already used the pillar, hesitating, not sure if he can still walk forward.
Choosing to try to match Jojo here. Maybe this is a sign MKOI can look to flash in.
Elder, the great equalizer. Often difference maker. Alvaro going in, has caught out Hansama. Cleanses there, but the flash is not. LeCC immediately pounces. A single summoner spell making the difference. Suba is completely uncontested. Ghosting, dancing, styling. Caps realm warping out to safety, but no chance of contesting the objective as Broken Blade runs for his life. Tries to get the TP, shattering strike. Alvaro knows right where he is. The arrow goes a bit wide. Broken Blade tries to style, but is pulled right back into the waiting arms of Supa.
And it's Hansama not having flash, just barely being down, that allows MKOI to get a fantastic engage as they get 3 and they get the Elder, and you have to feel it's going to be the game.
And it's every lane now starting to be pushed in. The Brawl holding here as Caps tries to help him out, but it's already taken, and bot lane inhibitor will be next.
Supa sidesteps. Inhibitor gonna fall. TP there for Mirwin.
G2 are able to kind of hold here though and defend.
MKOI a bit split. They don't really have a wave on top side to play for either.
Mirwin's in the base, going to TP to the bot wave.
That's
and
going to be the
trying to
extra
make the most
pressure
of
point.
it.
Good call out. One inhibitor falls. Skewmon trying to hold top. G2, a single mistake here ends the game in favor of MKOI. Where will they try and force the fight?
Crucially, Hansama does have flash now and Alvaro doesn't. So he can actually look to pressure a little bit more and play a bit further up. But I don't think it's enough.
Another wave a bit far away from the top side of the map. Jojopun trying to cut it, pull the wave to make sure his will collapse. MKOI grouping a lot.
Oh, the W lands. They can't quite follow it.
The hesitance. LeCC going to start the fight though. It's Caps who now needs to back up, zooming out to safety. Nice flash away from the bars. All that vision could be everything. Shut down on the LeCC. Caps untouched. Keep your eyes on that Rise. Him and Hansama back to back, holding the line. 5 strong from G2, staying alive. But it's crucial they don't get over eager. The backstep, denying the ulti, denying the access for Mirwin as G2 barrel down the mid lane. They smell blood in the water, but a backstep. They can't afford to face tank Supa. They can't afford to walk in first. Mirwin still stepping forward. Ulti from the Galio. Knock him under Broken Blade. Mirwin trying to make the difference, but it's Supa still standing. Supa who cannot auto-attack. G2 who hold the line, who hold on to hope in game 2.
G2 hold on.
To follow on towards MKOI, and bit by bit MKOI are picked off. The Elder is gone, and it's Baron to G2.
And I said this Senna with her souls can do work, but I did not think it would actually happen. Although their base is in shambles, it's still an uphill battle for G2.
Have to keep that tower. Oh no.
We do have the respawning towers. That's their one saving grace. But the biggest thing...
The ult from Pantheon, they're going.
Grand Skyfall immediately interrupted. Good patience, trying to retreat as quick as they can, right as Jojopun goes in. Cooldown's now in favor. But now the full engage comes. The follow-through is there. Hansama untouched for now. Mirwin to the backline trying to delete it. He looks like he'll be able to do so. The set is still living for an extra moment, though. Hansama still alive. G2 turned beautifully as Caps gives his life to live, to hold on to the backline a little bit longer. Hansama still untouched. The Senna doing so much work. Alvaro doesn't find the key target, but it's the front line. And Hansama together, but LeCC re-engages, goes right back in. MKOI gave them an inch, but they will not give them a game.
And it's LeCC leading the engage.
But we'll have to see exactly what Jojo is thinking. Maybe he's still going to go for it. Okay.
I mean, it's a tough lane, but I mean, you do have Alistar ultimate, you have Vi ultimate, even Sion ultimate can be good. Like, you have a lot of good options to choose from here, and it also just helps kind of provide, it doesn't provide engage, but it provides... I do want to say though, for G2, I think this early game, I mean, this is the best early game we've seen from them thus far, for sure. But also, if you look at the nature of the matchups, you have an Italy top, which is...
Can show up, but got mid push. Seems like they will be able to grab all three.
Yeah, and this is what I meant by not kind of immediately going towards that dragon. You give the opportunity for MKOI to get the push that they needed with LEC supporting the top half, so they're going to be pretty...
See as close as Jack highlighted once before.
Oh, Skirmishes is here.
Hunted back, Alvaro in trouble, flash, moves backward, Unbreakable tries to find the disengaged. Super now trying to get a bit more damage down, but they should just be able to finish the support. Now Super might just need to back up. Continues to auto, Elyoya on the way in, W to deny any further follow-up, but this area damage isn't quite there.
You get the ult from Caps to follow-up, and you just don't get to play the game for about 4 seconds, which should be enough for follow-up, but Elyoya finding Skimon.
Skimon feeling pretty good. Locking down Elyoya, no flash. A hard time, perfect chain, CC's ticking, he's burning, Skimon grabs it, they wanted to donate it. Last auto will seal the deal, and Skimon finally finding a game where he can build that lead.
G2 are making it look easy. They're just able to pick off individual kills here. Skimon looking much more composed, much more like himself. That's Lebrov here. Oh, with the Kai's ult.
Using a bit of the Hex Blast movement speed to get involved. Skimon here now as well. Alvaro a bit too late, and G2 finding their footing in game 3.
Starting to come back. Skimon and Lebrov working well together, finding picks as MKOI overextend. Now they get the bot side jungle, they get a bunch of those minions tossed into that bot side turret to no avail of MKOI. But MKOI looking to maybe collapse on the low health cow.
Lebrov caught out here.
Oh, flash here. I think.
Breakable.
Oh, he procs the face rush. Wait, Super?
Cow. Keep going. Ulti there, extra movement speed, wants to keep chasing. Doesn't have to reset on the dash. Would love to
on that bottom side though will net the tower on the bottom half of the map for MKOI. So at least that is something coming back after that long chase for MKOI, and it's kind of adding to...
You go in, you push Q. If they burn spells on you, you're doing your job.
Ripshot going to be taken. MKOI going to back away, but I was going to say, I think they have these good engage tools, but they don't really have one right now. Jojo being that sole engage tool realistically to try and set them up.
MKOI don't expect it. They assume, hey, hands off. Time for a bit of a parlay, but instead G2 full aggression on the top side of the map. They're hungry for blood. They want to find Jojo. Smite to slow him down. Flash, he tries to get himself out.
Is there for G2 as MKOI overload the bottom side of the map.
It's going to be a cross map for tier 2 for Drake here. I'd say as MKOI, you're pretty happy about this. Fighting this Drake, when you press tab and you see the 2 items on this Vi.
Caps caught out, deny the escape, simplify the game plan, and now finally G2 able to get some structures of their own, actually take the lead in terms of towers. And remember, it was neck and neck in terms of gold. It was objectives where G2 were finding the edge, but now like G2 have yet to do. So it does give them a bit more access to mid-wave, a bit more control around that part of map, even now as Mirwin breaks another tower on the top side. But G2 committed to finding a fight here. Lebrov, potentially a bit over-eager. Never hurts to chunk the Braum out early. Gets his flash as well. Caps trying to find a stun, trying to find the gauge. Lebrov's ulti going a little bit wide. Knockback is good onto the Alistar, but maybe not the ideal target. Mirwin trying to finish the kill. Down goes the bear. Jojo Pune on the chase, trying to get in this one. And then Italy running, sprinting. Mirwin wants to get the hell out. G2 happy to retreat. Happy to grab that kill. Good body block coming in from Elyoya. Jojo Pune trying to take down Caps. Nice footwork coming in from the Annie, but he's getting closer. It feels like an inevitability. Jojo Pune chasing. Caps taken down. Massive for the Silas. Skimon now tries to taste. The Empower Timbers coming through. Jojo Pune with the Alistar ulti, but he can't push the button! G2! Beautiful layering of the CC!
And G2 strike back in this series as they're able to take down 2, they're able to get the Atakan, and some nice, fancy footwork from Caps. Alvaro tries
to finish off the rest of them.
It's a wonderful play from G2 here, but Caps, no flash on it.
Marked crucially, concussive blows there. Flash forward from Alvaro, they want to find that kill. The rest of G2 descending on the side. Supa is already ulted. He's in excellent position to fight, but he needs to get the hell away from the bear. Mirwin, attack speed steroid coming in. Hansama taking down.
The series able to get that Infinity Edge, be able to get that LDR, and they can finally start to win some of these fights.
Easy, because they have to come to you, but you're down in Drakes. You're behind in the game, and Elyoya is going to be in trouble now. Punted back into the team. G2 happy to have an easy kill. Elyoya down, jungler gone, Broken Blade on the way in. This might just be the Baron. G2 fans were waiting to see MKOI. They've outplayed at a man disadvantage before. We've seen it in the series.
Lebrov is hiding.
Can they make it happen again? Lebrov behind. Supa looking for the angle. Punts Mirwin back. There's no immediate follow-up. Now Broken Blade going in. Alvaro knocked to the side, but it's Hansam in the back line of the blink of an eye. Supa now flashing out. Supa for a brief moment uncontested. They're trying to follow, but Skumon, he's just too far ahead. He finds the kill. Caps Mirren and JoJoPyun want to make the difference, but it's a 2v4, and they've got nowhere left to run. G2 chasing them out, the headbutt pull, the follow-up, the CC. Oh, damn, G2 finding the kills.
And it was such a beautiful Silas Viol from JoJoPyun to take down Hansama, but it's too little too late, as Mirren looks like he will fall as well. Or maybe not.
How much time can he buy, though?
I mean,
He's getting good damage.
The thing is, in the extended fight, he's still scary.
Oh.
Mirren managing to find one. They want to go in again. The CCC is here. He's done. But G2, maybe not giving him enough respect. Might have wanted to throw a few more members forward.
Is too damn strong, able to take down Supa as well. And it's G2 with the advantage.
Going in, whip it completely.
No!
Far behind Skewmon for G2. Going to grab this Baron, uncontested. Starting to feel like the first victory lap for this team in the series, as Mirren now caught out as well. Pulverize, one auto, taking their time. Mirren powerful in lane, but has not been able to transition that lead. But with Alvaro on the way, maybe they can get it done. Doesn't have quite enough time for the heal. Flash out from Caps at the very least. TP is there. So far ahead. We do so much work. It's fine. They over-focus on Caps or Broken Blade. You can see they just do not do damage to this Sion.
Oh my god, this Sion.
JoJoPyun at least tanky enough that he can face check, but it's just because Hansama and Skewmon are otherwise occupied. Soul for the side of G2 on top of the... We ran the graphic earlier. Ran it for too long. Couldn't take it down. But it's good to bring it up now. If Caps wins a game in finals, he wins the series. There's a reason this guy is the boogeyman of our region. G2 moving forward with confidence. MKOI still on match point, still find a good engage. The chain CC is solid. Skewmon locked up, but the immediate damage doesn't quite come through. But Skewmon might just get taken down. Queuing out to save G2 to secure, and MKOI desperately trying to push mid lane. But the Baron's falling.
But MKOI can drop it and try to hold control of the Elder here. But I think Broken Blade can just walk at them.
Seems like he can. JoJoPyun forced to flash. Mirren waiting over the wall. Spear not hitting a priority target. Alvaro continuing to back up. Unbreakable used a bit early, but G2 again, so patient. The lack of engagement from MKOI means they get to play this so slow. Decent poke on the Broken Blade. I take it back. He took no damage. Spear, no damage. He cannot be hurt. JoJoPyun holding onto the Vi ultimate. MKOI slowly being pushed back. Eyes on the Brav. The potential for a big engage here. Has the flash available. If he catches Supa, it's going to be big. Can't quite find the angle. Supa untouched for now. Caps can't find him either, but Supa's forced to retreat. It's a bloodbath in the midst of everything. Mirren still getting decent damage down. Caps going golden. Elyoya forced back. G2 finding the double for Hans. A nearly effortless fight.
It was a long, hard-fought game for MKOI, but there's just nothing they can do. G2 are too strong, and they will start that march to try and get to that game 5.
And Broken Blade was just too damn tanky. They did not have anywhere near the damage they needed, as G2 will barrel down the ball lane and finally breathe some life back into this series.
G2 will not go quietly in this series. It will not be a repeat of winter. G2 striking back against MKOI. Broken Blade unconcerned, undamaged, unfaltered, feeling confident as G2 find the first win in this series.
Team comp.
You do?
And what makes Kassadin so fantastic, but what makes Kassadin so fantastic is there's barely any lockdown CC, right? Like, it has to come down from the Skarner, but from a Thresh to hit a skill shot, that's going to be so difficult.
That is tough.
A disastrous early game for him.
Very rough. Aftershock there for LeBron as well as the Ignite. Tower diving him would be difficult, but not impossible. They're looking for the setup now. Alvaro taking his time, going to walk in for the Q. Good hook onto Elyoya to try and mitigate the damage, but the aggro has been tanked beautifully. Elyoya just resets, and that's the beauty of the Fury that everyone was excited about. You are able to play him out as Elyoya suppressed, knocked into the wall. Caps resetting, just trying to fight. A little bit there. Good on Skewmon. Not going to let his jungle be taken so easily as Elyoya and JoJoPyun relatively low. Only level 5 for Caps. They really want to get that wave in. Skewmon threatening but can't quite find the angle. JoJoPyun, though, no level 6 means he's very slowly going to leave. This is going to delay his recall quite significantly.
But it's a great early laning phase from JoJo, only being down 6 CS at 5 minutes. As the Kassadin, you're very, very happy about that. But G2 here able to continue canceling JoJo, but ooh. Supa Alvaro moving first.
Hook onto JoJoPyun, he might be in trouble. The traps are laid down there as well. The Kassadin now in trouble. JoJoPyun going to be forced to flash in a second, but he doesn't even have the time. Hansama finding one kill. Quick reset. Elyoya blinking. Low health in the back line. Caps immediately in. G2 getting 2. Alvaro running, trying to stand tall. He's so damn tanky, but he just doesn't have that health. In the blink of an eye, 3 down in favor of G2.
MKOI going to need to try and find a way to break those.
And a gold lead on this G2 comp. feels so damn dangerous.
So basically the idea with this Mundo build, if it is the one he's going for, it's Warmogs, Hard Steel, into Titanic Hydra. You become a monster at taking turrets to the side lane and very quick at killing members of the enemy team as well, especially the squishies. But we'll have to see if that's going to be the case as it continues down the bottom side.
He doesn't give a damn. He's just clicking forward.
Unconcerned. I mean, good news for another hook. Dragon has spawned. G2 full control of the objective. Just now we get the control ward down. Alvaro backstepping. Perfectly predicted. Tries to flash, but likely to fall. Instantly knocked into the wall. The Brav taking the kill from the Ignite. Not ideal.
LEC is going to see if he can try and move in towards the top side, but Jojo has to abandon ship already.
It is a struggle. And the Brav, as you highlighted, consistently finding these hooks, doing a great job of playing in the fog of war. And that's what you want when you have
G2 become their most dangerous. And this is where you need to dig deep as MKOI and find something that can hold on to you in this game and in this series.
And it's so difficult for MKOI when you have two losing sides here. You don't have any cross-map potential. So you're just going to have to drop this top tower, you're going to have to drop this Rift Herald, and you're not able to get anything on the return because it's sitting on the carries, holding his E. Thresh is holding his abilities.
I mean, also, Mirwin, if he ever ults and is next to Dr. Mundo, he just does not have enough health to live through that combo. I mean, look what the...
Bro, everybody loves the most farming in this series. I love it. As Jojo's moved all the way down to mid, that does mean that Broken Blade can now continue pushing in top, but he decides to TP instead.
Onto Alvaro. Flash out. See the play going the wrong way. Super trying to retreat. Caps just goes in. Caps caught out. The Lantern not quite there. Caps just going down! The shutdown, but here comes Dr. Mundo. Mounted up, riding into the wall. We'll see how much he can go where he pleases, because I don't know if he pleased to be in the back line. Reset coming in for Elyoya. Mirwin ready to go with the Q3. LeBron finally finds the hook, but it might not matter. Jojo Pune off to the side. G2. What are they doing? How unkillable is that front line? They're really trying to test the waters here. The Lantern taking one out. Broken Blade still just refuses to die, but finally they'll find it. What a colossal
I mean, he was damn tanky. He lived for a long time, but this is an unprecedented throw.
Now Elyoya with a big gold lead. It's going to make it so much harder for Hansama to survive in these fights. So much harder for Caps. Even as he has Seekers now to help him in the following fight. And that was one mistake. G2, I don't know how likely it is that they get another as Supa is zoned off. They will at least break the mid lane tower. G2 going to rebuild some of the gold lead that they lost. And Caps off in the side. So much about insurance and banking this game.
That also started earlier today, I'm not going to lie. We were hanging out, so.
Well, I don't know who wins this. I suspect we'll never know because I can't imagine this fight ends. That's not going to stop Mirwin from trying, though. Ulti through. Resets the Q. W path. Victory button! Solo kill!
The TP now from both Jojo and Mirwin.
Broken Blade up in 5, has to teleport, but it's already ticking so dangerously low.
Going over the wall. Hook gonna connect. Can they burst through this Kassadin? Mirwin off to the side, looking to catch out Cap. Jojo Pune running one more second on the reset. He gets the flash, trying to ulti out. He manages to get away for a brief moment, but Broken Blade is finally here. Mirwin doesn't have the time to try and take him down. The Lantern now going in. Jojo Pune taking out. LeBron starting to take over the fight, looking for Hook, continuing to step up, but Mirwin has isolated Caps. Caps going golden. A few more tower shots might not be enough, though, but LeBron should be here with the Lantern. No, not quite in range in time. Now the Ezreal ult across the top. Q3 to connect on LeBron. Elyoya ready for the re-engage, but the front line still standing strong. Broken Blade and Skewmon holding the line in an incredibly chaotic engage. Elyoya ready to go in. Mirwin behind. Broken Blade Lantern out to safety. Ulti in. Q3 managing to grab LeBron. That's going to be one kill. Supa still on top, but Hansama finds the reset. He's out of mana. No more rockets. G2 retreating, backing away. But Elyoya
Wants to look for the chase.
Barely able to stop him. Excellent from Skewmon, but he's going to give his own life. Q, not quite getting...
I thought the Dr. Mundo and the Skarner would be the two tanks, but this Cassante is the one who's so unkillable, as he just generates so much pressure. But it's...
I don't want to give anything away. Playing slow, playing control, but mid lane tower is getting lower. Supa can just walk up and take that one down. Who can they jump on? Who can they find? Mirwin playing with confidence. Jojo on the flank, immediately face first into Caps. Ready to reset as Elyoya goes over the wall. Great Lantern from LeBron to deny the play for a brief moment. Skewmon still tanking, but he's not tanking for anyone else. Broken Blade forced to retreat as well. Mirwin starting to feel like an inevitability. He cannot be stopped. Jojo Pune takes out.
And I thought Kassadin level 16 wouldn't be enough, but they don't even need it. As it's Mirwin that's just so unkillable with his full armor. This Jinx does no damage. They desperately need some armor penetration on him.
They want to force something here. Push back from Skewmon to Solid. LeBron flashing out of the wall, trying to make sure his AD carry has a way out. Elyoya looking to catch up Broken Blade on the side. Hansama getting lower and lower, and he's taken down from downtown. And it's Supa
they take down Ansama, they will take down the Nasher, and you got to start to feel that maybe this series is going to MKOI.
MKOI, a team that was doubted so many times, so many steps along the way. Beat KC twice to be here, fell once to G2, but are not looking to make the same mistake twice, learned from their failures. Prepped for this series as well, and that preparation is paying off.
But it isn't prep for just this series. This is prep that's a year in the making. It's prep and revenge that is starting to come to fruition as G2 trying to take down Mirwin in the top side, but MKOI are collapsing.
Caps shadowing behind. G2 ready to force the fight. And again, after the last death, Ansama was able to pick up the last Whisper, but he needs more money, he needs more time, and again, it just feels impossible in an even game state. It'd be so much easier to play, but the vision isn't in their favor. The gold is not in their favor. The scaling debatable, but it feels like everything is stacked against G2 now.
And to add on to that, now
LeBron, if you can find it, still powerful against this Kassadin. Still unconcerned about that damage.
but this K'Sante takes no damage. So it's so difficult wherever this K'Sante goes. MKOI can click forward as they're gonna get the bot inhib. They're gonna get the mid inhib tower. It's just looking so damn dire for G2.
Jojo standing off to the side. Caps fishing for the perfect shockwave. Needs to find it. Anything less won't be enough. Poke going in from G2. MKOI happy to play this one slow. Patient, controlled.
And Mirwin threatening the side. That's why G2 have to fall back. They can't expose the flank like that. And MKOI know it. They step forward proudly into the base of G2. And what do they have to respond with?
G2 can't find an angle. Ulti goes out. Supa. Some major cooldowns burn. Maybe an opportunity to force a fight, but again, it's so tough. The Skarner and the Mundo are not instantaneous engage options. The hook from LeBron won't hit either.
But if you leave mid, top falls. If you don't leave mid, top falls. It's all over the place here. And G2 just trying desperately to push them back. Supa very low though. Means that maybe G2 have found the angle they need to hold on.
Mirwin might be in trouble here.
See if this can be the last stand if they can finally break G2. But Jojo going to spot LeBron.
LeBron flashing forward, looking for the hook. Predicts, but only gets the flash.
But look at the mid lane. The immediate pings on towards that inhibitor. MKOI want to collapse. Caps in trouble.
Q1 not going to connect. Q2 hitting Broken Blade, summoning the dogs forward, and he's taking a lot of damage. Ulti on the Caps. He just wants to force that cooldown out. If he's forced to use it on the Fury, the fight is so easy. Elyoya hurts. Goes untargetable. Resets, pushing the mid lane in their favor. Soul 50 seconds away, Baron 20 seconds away, and G2 just aren't going to be able to approach the objective.
Super creeps to the bot lane.
goes in. LeBron missing the hook. It goes completely wide. The Mikhail's not doing much of anything. Ulti from Jumon doesn't connect. Elyoya looking for the reset. LeBron going to get taken down by the dogs. Finding it. Finding the angle. MKOI trying to take over Broken Blade.
Ansama gets reset.
Broken Blade. Ansama. Can they get it done? Mirwin running, but he's not so tanky anymore. Finally, they have the damage to get the job done. Broken Blade just continues to walk forward. 1,000 gold in his back pocket, but it's the TP from Jojo. Mirwin on a rampage. Caps taken out. Ansama is not enough. Vamos, KOI!
KOI might have just found their moment in the tank battle. It's Mirwin that wins.
Careless beatdowns! All pro beatdown! Movistar KOI!
And what a damn series from Movistar KOI here, as they show, despite a tough early game, that they can bounce back and they can dominate as they win the spring split.
They were supposed to be the most inconsistent, the most unreliable, but every single time they have standed tall, they have faced that challenge.
Is their prize at the end. Cheer and clap and be proud of your LEC champions, Movistar KOI.
Feels so well earned. A team of what feels like 5 friends just worked so hard.
And for Elyoya, wanted a new team, a new lineup, built around him. Players he had faith in for so many years showing up. Players no one expected. Jojo Pune lifting the trophy in EU.
Mirwin lifting his first ever title.
So deserved. I'm so happy for Mirwin. One of the best players I've ever played with. Incredibly hard worker, incredibly intelligent. His creative thinking. It's nice to see. And it's crazy crazy. The return of Melset really feels like it brought a new life to this team.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Who shows up on the day, who finds that momentum in the final moments of the season. And for so many teams, the knowledge that they had locked MSI, even if consciously they knew they wanted more, would undercut that desire, that drive to win here domestically, but not for Movistar KazaLoLL.
But it has been a long, hard-fought road. Winter last year, the first time so many of these players played in the LEC, it looked like maybe they could do it only to be denied by G2. But just over a year later, with blood, sweat and tears these guys have put in over the course of that period, they now stand as the champions of Europe, and such a well-deserved title for everyone on that stage.
It feels like a new era of our league. It's no longer G2 domination as they lose back-to-back splits.
And we're in a world where, by default, because it's always been this way, I expect a new team to rise and be the undisputed #1. But perhaps for the first time in the history of our league, it will never be a safe bet. There will never be an easy answer to who comes out on top. But with the momentum MKOI have now, with the performance they showed today, I imagine it'll be them looking to stamp their name on successive trophies to build their own dynasty.
And become the new team that everyone looks at for that rivalry. It was KC that looked at them, now maybe G2 that are looking at them as well. An incredible performance from MKOI to take themselves to the top.
It feels so poetic in this France versus Spain rivalry.
Of course, you've heard enough from us. Let's hear from one of the victors themselves. Lore is standing by with Elyoya.
After a long time.
Thank you so much, guys. Elyoya, congratulations on winning your fourth LEC title. What are your first reactions after winning this one?
I mean, it's a lot of emotions right now. They are all really positive. I have a special relationship with this LEC. I feel like I've been chasing it for so long, like for 2 years, since it was the last time I won it. I feel like I've worked so hard for this one. I have to be thankful to everyone of my team because yeah, it was not only me. We are a team.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, it's really special that I'm able to win this one.
Jojo, you're here, so I actually have to ask. You came in the LEC wanting to shit on EMIT. Not only you're qualified in MSI as a North American import, but you also won an LEC title.
I mean, I don't know, words can't explain it. I think we worked way harder than any other team this split. We went through so many ups and downs, I can't even describe how many, so it was all worth it, you know? No joke, I knew this would happen with how hard we prepared, how hard we practiced, so I'm just happy.
Elyoya, do you have any words on the very first North American import we had in the league, Jojo?
I mean, I think he proved he is the best in Europe. He came from an A after beating me. He beat me, now he comes here, he beats everyone. Yeah, I think he proved how good he is. I also have to be thankful because he's been a really great teammate. I really missed this from people. I think he's been really hungry since the beginning. I think that was lacking a lot in my previous team, so I'm really thankful that I'm surrounded by people like him.
Absolutely. Jojo.
The glazing is kind of crazy.
The glazing is crazy, but the glazing is deserved. Anything you want to tell about your jungler before I let you join Sharks?
No, but really, I mean, Yoya is definitely the most hungry and passionate player I've ever played with. So I think the fire, especially that came from me, it's just contagious because I think just Yoya sets an example as a leader. He really wants to win, which makes everybody want to win that much more. So I couldn't have asked for a better leader, you know? Cabra. Congratulations,
Jojo, Yoya. Congratulations again. I have so much I want to ask you because in the LEC season finals, not season finals, Spring finals teaser, rather, you said that you work more than anyone else. Tell me about your dedication, your work ethic, and the work you put in to get in here today.
I mean, for sure, we've worked more than any other team. I think there is just no more hours in the day to work. Like, we've been through a lot. We've been through rain, we've been through storm. Sometimes I was making a storm, sometimes Jojopin was making it rain. Yeah, I feel like we've been through so much and we put so much work because we really wanted it. So it was it was a matter of time that we would get it.
Any comments on your very first LEC title? Not a lot of players get to win in
I mean, it's hard to take it all in right now because, I don't know, I think just probably tonight I'll go crazy. Right now I'm I'm feeling too many emotions, so I don't know how I feel right now, but it's just, I'm grateful to be here, you know?
Elioya, this is your 4th title. Do you want to dedicate this one to someone special?
Yeah, I mean, this one I want to dedicate to Melzet. He's been with me since the beginning of my career, and just now he had a child. I hope I can make this memory as special or as close as I can to what he's feeling right now with his son, but yeah, just all the work that he has always put in, all the feelings that he has just shared with me and everything. I mean, this one's for him, he earned it, and also for his son and Laura, yeah.
Shout out to him.
I agree. Melzet's GOAT, Zev GOAT, Hansen GOAT, Lewis GOAT. I mean, just all our coaches have done an amazing job. Without them, I don't know, we'd be kind of cooked, so.
Do you guys want to give a shout out to the fans as well?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to all the fans that are supporting us. Shout out to, this is personal, but shout out to my mom, my dad, my sister, my friends, my girlfriend, everybody watching, you know, it's just.
Sorry, I have to also do a last one.
Please go ahead.
Also, I mean, thank you, Ibai, thank you, co-streamers, thank you everyone that has been a part of the journey. We are a team, the people supporting is a team. We are not only the players, it's also the people behind. I know the co-streamers behind, I know how much Ibai has done for this project, so yeah, I think this LEC is also for you, and obviously to my parents that have always been with me, so yeah.
A lot of emotions on this stage right now, guys. Thank you so much. We're not done. We're going to hear from the whole team. We're going to hear more from you as well. So for now, I'm going to send it over to Shocks. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to continue the